Black Friday deals are back with this month's Double Special Heroes banner, and today we'll briefly review the 8 units available. These banners are usually every other month, and yes, we had one last month. Last year, we got 3 Double Special Heroes banners from October to December, so that may happen again this year. The ARB spending season is upon us. For Fae Pass owners, this particular banner has 2 spark opportunities if you're going to be summoning a lot. For all players, we have some quests to complete. You can get 5 first summon tickets so you can test your luck on the banner. Also available are some Ephemeral 11 divine codes. If you want to spend money now or maybe for later, there are some Black Friday deals. These are cheaper than their closest regular orb packs, so buy these first if you are going to be spending money. There's a pack with some extra first summon tickets for this particular banner. There's a pack with Rearmed Leaf if you want some fodder. Then we have a pack with Mythic Thorr and some extra items. These are available for about a month if you want to wait and see what else is coming. Now, onto our lineup. This is your chance to get 8 seasonal units before the reruns next year. Our red units are Young Eliwood and Harmonic Tea Time, Ayra and Mercedes. Blue has dual Summer Thorr and Loki with Summer Tharja. Green has Summer Ivy and Ephraim. Colorless has Tea Time Lysithea and dual Summer Ymir and Ayra. Up first for red is Young Eliwood, a super offensive sword cavalier. His sword has accelerated specials, bonus stats, full no follow-up, and 40% DR for 1 hit. Eliwood's stat boost scales with positive statuses active on him with 4 statuses, maxing out at plus 17 to all stats. His unique C skill grants plus 6 attack speed and defense field boss, the bonus doubler status, and no panic status to himself and the ally with the highest attack. This only works if you bring a dragon or beast on your team though. For fodder, Eliwood has speed and defense near trays for Kanto, and he's the only unit with speed and defense clash 4. There is not another unit with the tier 3 either, so you can't pick up near trays at the same time. Next up is another sword cavalier, Harmonic Tea Time, Ayra and Mercedes. Ayra's sword has accelerated specials, bonus attack and speed scaling off the foe's attack stat, 20% speed is true damage per hit, and no guard. She has a, so far, unique Kanto mechanic that matches her distance moved plus 1 to retreat after her initiation. That's going to include her new unique Supreme Astral Special, which deals 40% speed as damage, pre-charges every single turn, and in combat it can recharge itself after it activates. With Flow of Desperation, Ayra is able to proc double Supreme Astras back to back, and would have been the only unit able to do this if it wasn't for Wind Tribe Claude. For Harmonic skill, Ayra gives plus 6 stack and speed, Resonance Blades, plus 1 movement, and cleanses any penalties on units from these same titles. Ayra basically has no plan for defense, so Legendary Alira's DR piercing support is really strong if you wanted to partner up for this supreme ult. For fodder, Tag and Speed Clash 4 and Red Feud are fine skills. Flow Desperation is only on this Ayra, and its main trait being able to proc above 75% HP. If you need a speedy sword cavalier, can't get much better than this group. Up next, the blue group has Summer Tharja. She's our only 4-star focus unit this time. Tharja is a blue mage cavalier and a glass cannon. Her Seashell Bow Plus is an inheritable tome that grants plus 5 attack and speed and inflicts speed and res debuffs on the foe based on 25% of the user's HP at start of combat. Coincidentally, Tharja's 40 base HP gives her minus 10 speed and res debuffs, which is the max amount. Now this tome also heals 10 HP after combat. For fodder skills, Tharja comes with speed and res far trace for Kanto, and attack and speed gap for guaranteed buffing on one ally. Next we have duo Summer Thorr and Loki, who are actually from last year. They're a flying blue mage with very low speed, focusing on attack and res. One of their standout traits is their dual skill, which inflicts gravity in cardinal directions. It then neutralizes all bonuses, including status effects, on the foe within 5 rows or columns. This ability is so rare. Off the top of my head, I only know Dual Thorr has it, and to be honest, I'm not sure there's another way to get it. For more support, Thor's weapon inflicts exposure and stall on the slowest foe, and it will also spread out 2 spaces. For combat, you then get accelerated specials, and Thorr gets minus 1 cooldown every turn if she's near an ally. Also gains plus 6 attack and minus 6 attack on the foe. This will allow Thorr to pre-charge Blazing Thunder over time. She has Stillwater 4 for the extra AoE damage, and Attack Against Far Trace for Kanto to maybe escape. Thorr retains her Roadbreaker C skill for bread type cooldown support around her, and this can also help her recharge her own special for multiple procs later on. Moving on to green, we have Summer Ephraim. He's an ex-cavalier this time with no speed and a lot of attack and defense. This Ephraim has a slightly unique gimmick from his B skill. Whenever he initiates, he lets the foe attack first. In exchange, Sunlight Bango inflicts attack and defense debuffs, grants brave attacks, and heals 7 HP after every attack. From his weapon, you got accelerated specials, more debuffs, breath type cooldown, and 40% DR for 1 hit. Should Ephraim start a turn mostly alone, he also gets 4 movement. This high mobility increases attack and defense clash stat boost, and he's the only unit currently with alarm attack and defense if you want self buffs and Conto 1. Alarm is a very fun skill if you don't want to run near Trace in that B slot. Now joining Ephraim is Summer Ivy. She's a flying green mage with high attack and res. Ivy has some support partner mechanics. Her tome has accelerated specials with +5 stats and then 3 conditions to check. If Ivy initiates combat, has her support partner within 2 spaces, or the foe has an active penalty. If you meet 2 of those, Ivy gets brave attacks. You meet all 3 for extra true damage on hit. To help stick around her support, Ivy gets 2 space warping to her support if they're within 3 spaces. She then has Soaring Guidance to give her teammates 2 space warping. Ivy is still the only unit with this powerful mobility C skill. It is basically Flyer Guidance 4, but it works for infantry as well. The only difference with Guidance 4 is that it works on flyers instead of armor units. For other skills, Ivy has Stillwater 4 for the flat resistance to help proc sabotage, attack, and res 3. This skill is on dual Sanaki on the current ninja banner. Overall, Green Group is pretty good, 2 fun summer seasonals with some great fodder as well. Last up for colorless, we have Tea Time Lysithea, Glass Cannon, colorless flying mage. Her tome has Conto 1, exerts specials, and each turn inflicts speed and res debuffs and a sabotage status on nearest foes within 5 spaces that spreads out 2 spaces as well. Lysithea then gets +6 attack and speed, offense no follow-up, and low speed and res. We then have her Mastermind A skill, which inflicts 1 self-damage each turn. Lysithea will get +9 attack and speed, and true damage on hit equal to 80% treachery, plus 80% dominance. This means you want to buff Lysithea's stats and debuff the enemy. These treachery and dominance effects also use nearby allies or foes in case buffs and debuffs get neutralized in combat. Now with the 1 self-damage, Lysithea activates Desperation 4, which now has a 99% HP threshold. However, the skill can also proc at full HP if you move at least 2 spaces when attacking. This skill is still only on this Tea Time Lysithea for the moment, and you can grab it easily along with the potent attack and speed out 4 if you want some warping as well. Last up for today is Duo Summer Ymir and Ayra. Like Duo Asker, Ymir is now a colorless infantry mage and is going full tank with no speed. Their tome has accelerated specials, inflicts attack and res debuffs, grants a free follow-up attack, reduces AoE specials by 75%, and if the foe can double, then reduce their first attack by 75% as well. After combat, Ymir heals 10 HP. For the debuff portion, similar to Tharja's tome, it scales off current HP at start of combat. With 40 HP, Ymir can inflict a massive -18 attack and res on the foe. If you can bypass Ymir's tankiness, she still has her ever-living Domain C skill, which grants Ymir and nearby allies +4 defense and res, and Miracle if the fatal blow occurs when above 75% HP. Basically, it's one-shot protection. We did just get Fatal Smoke 4, which counters this Miracle effect, so do be wary of that. If Ymir or her team is low though, her dual skill will cleanse all penalties and heal 20 HP within 2 spaces. If you were to include Mystic Boost 4's healing, Ymir has a decent chance to go from 1 HP back into her Miracle range if she survives the whole turn. Now, her other skill is Fire Flood Boost 3 for guard, HP, and stats. Fire Flood Boost and Mystic Boost 4 are still quite rare. We only have one other source of each of those besides Dual Ymir. Neat colors group here with opposite ends of the spectrum for a mage. You got your speedy offense and chonky defense. That will be it for this month's Double Special Heroes banner. Be sure to get those for summon tickets before you start summoning. Looking at the calendar, this is the quiet before the holiday hurricane kicks in. We have a mythic banner later this month, which potentially is a double mythic / legendary lineup. Last year we had Mythic Embla plus Legendary Veronica. Year before that was Mythic Thorr plus Legendary Atri. It almost certainly will include Golvig. As for December, that new Heroes banner will kick off Book 8. We then head into the Winter Christmas banner and then straight into New Year's. Reminder, 2024 is the year of the dragon and this entire franchise has no shortage of those. We could also see another Double Special Heroes banners, so if you're saving for seasonal reruns, then good luck. Thank you for watching. Have a good upcoming Thanksgiving Turkey Day if you're in the US, and don't go too crazy with that Black Friday shopping. I will see you guys in the next video.